What's going on, everyone? It's time for the start of a brand new streaming week. And what a week it will be, because this week there's going to be a pretty interesting marathon going down and a wide variety of content between podcasting, wrestling commentary, Lego streams, and a whole bunch of variety of gameplay. It's a brand new week, and obviously I want to get you all caught up on everything going on. Today will be a much needed laid-back day. But, of course, we will recap everything that happened last week and more. So, get ready for a nice, chill morning. Sit back and relax. It's time to start the week with a rousing yet relaxing episode of the Level 1 Podcast.
Get ready for some meaningful content, because the king is back, the king of the live stream, the king is back. Woo! Because the king is back, the king of the live stream, the king is back. Oh!
Alrighty, everyone. Good morning and welcome to the show. It is Sunday, the 9th of March, 2025, the start of a brand new streaming week. And we're already off to a bad start. Why? Well, because today is the start of daylight saving time here in the United States. What is daylight saving time? Well, twice a year, we Americans decide to change our clocks by 1 hour. In the fall, we call it fall back, and we basically reset the clocks overnight and get it an extra hour. It's like you have a 2 a.m. hour, and then you have another 2 a.m. hour. It's kind of weird. And then here in the spring, it's not really the spring, it's still winter, but it's funny that we still call it the spring. We spring ahead, and we skip an hour in the middle of the night. And at one point, there was use for this. Many, 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 many years ago, when it was first instituted, it was, save an hour of daylight and keep things in rhythm, and this will help the farmers, and this will do this and that, okay? And as much as everyone would like to try to argue about archaic things of the past, the truth is, at least in my opinion, and if you disagree, I guess that's fine. I don't know how you could really justify disagreeing, but it doesn't mean it's not needed anymore. It's worthless. It's just an annoyance. It's just a really stupid thing that confuses the heck out of everyone, okay? In reality, it doesn't actually affect me that much. I'm not that big of a deal. I lost an hour. Oh, no. The annoyance is that if I don't remember to tell you guys about this ahead of time, most of the time what ends up happening is for almost an entire week, everything gets thrown off. All right? Why? Because I have a set schedule that's pretty much the same every day, and people know to show up at a certain time every day if they want the content. Well, all of a sudden now, the times have shifted. I'm now streaming today an hour earlier than I usually would. And I can tell you right now, the attendance is way down. I'm not even kidding. Right now, I've got about 100 less viewers than I typically would have around this time any given day because of this stupid daylight saving time. And it's annoying because this will persist. This will not just be today. This will be like later in the week. There'll be streams, people show up. Oh, I missed out on this hour of the stream. And there's nothing that can be done. In this case, I goofed because I've been very busy and very stressed out this last week, okay? As I've told you, I have things going on behind the scenes in my personal life that are taking up a lot of my time and attention, and they're really stressing me out. And there's nothing that can be done, and there's nothing that I can tell you guys about. It's just stuff going on, just like everyone has stuff going on in their personal life, right? But because of that, this week, it's been hard to keep track of schedule stuff. It's been hard to remember. I didn't even remember that daylight saving time was going to go into effect until someone tweeted me yesterday on my day off. And I was like, oh, shit. Because now I've posted up the schedule. and all this, and now everyone is expecting something that is not going to happen. All right. Um, so it is what it is. But FYI, um, everything is starting an hour earlier moving forward, and this will persist all spring, all summer, even in the fall, because then we don't change our clocks again until October. Now, to make matters even worse, different regions of the world change their clocks at different times. I believe if you're in the UK right now, okay, I believe that you already changed your clock, correct? Like you did it at a different time than us. Falcule just said in the chat, when I lived in Japan, I was an hour early for work. I didn't know that they just don't do daylight saving time. Yeah, because it's stupid. It's not needed. Most of the world doesn't really do it, but there's only certain parts of the world that are stuck with this archaic practice, and they just don't want to change it. It doesn't make any sense at all. Our lawmakers in the United States have argued about this forever, back and forth. The problem is, everyone agrees they don't want to change the clocks, but no one can agree on which time to keep. Do you keep the time that's standard time, or do you keep the time that's shifted by the 1 hour called daylight saving time? Who cares? No, really. Who cares? Just pick one and do it. But they refuse. Instead, it's like two kids on a schoolyard who just argue with each other, and they never stop the argument. It just goes on forever. So nothing is ever determined. Nothing is ever decided. You know what I'm saying? It's just foolish. And that's how a lot of our government is. It's just a bunch of bickering, but nothing actually gets done, which is hilarious because the idea of government in our country is that everyone who's an elected official is a public servant, meaning the only reason they're there is to serve the public. But if all you do is endlessly bicker and never actually do anything, then you're not serving anyone. In fact, the only person you're serving is yourself because you're taking a salary for absolutely no outcome. Okay. So it pisses me off. And yes, I know this is a little bit of rant. A really big rant in regards to something that is just a personal gripe of mine, but it is what it is. It's very frustrating. So today we will have lower attendance. There's nothing I can do about it. On top of that, today is a chill RPG day on purpose. If you didn't notice, my schedule today is 2 chill RPGs. Now, I'm well aware that this means that attendance will be down anyway, because not everyone is into chill RPGs, but I need it. After the week that I've had, after the weekend that I've had, I need a day where I can just relax with you guys and kind of forget about the stresses of real life and just hang out and enjoy each other's company, have some chill conversation, play an RPG and have a good time. That's what I need today. So I hope that you understand that. Don't worry, because not every day will be like today. I mean, notably tomorrow we're playing Call of Duty, and we're going to try the Ninja Turtle stuff again because, now I kind of understand how it works. I wasn't even using the melee weapon properly last week. And later on this week, we're going to have this Five Nights at Freddy's marathon, which is going to be very, very, I'm sure, rage-inducing and all of that. So we've got good stuff coming. That's going to be not, laid-back, chill content. Just not today. Okay? Fair enough? Okay. So apologies for anyone who's confused and is not here. Now you're watching this after the fact. You're like, oh, what happened? Why did I miss the stream? I did try to post up a last-minute daylight saving time alert video yesterday, but I don't even know how many people actually saw it because no one was expecting me to put a video out on my day off. It is what it is. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about today. I want to talk about obviously what happened on Friday with the streams. Because there was some interesting stuff there that may lead to some more stuff. We actually came to a determination about some of the confusion with the subs on Kick that have been coming through but not, and then we don't know what's real. We actually figured it out. So that's good. We finally have an answer on that one. But one of the cool things is I just wanted to show you, as you know, all these setups that I've been doing, ever since my new PC and all of this. As you can see, the crazy RGBs behind me. Right? And you might say, well, what the heck is that? It's kind of wild. Like, what is that supposed to be? You want to see what it is? See if the camera picks it up well. If not, I'll explain. Well, it's a little too bright, and that's the problem if I put it in an angle. Yeah, it's hard to see with the lighting. So basically what it is, it's Pac-Man. That's Pac-Man running across an RGB screen being chased by a ghost, and he goes back and forth across the keyboard and then eventually gets eaten and he explodes. And that's what the RGB setup is today, which is kind of cool. And there actually is a few settings, like you can make it the real Pac-Man colors, or you can make it like a gradient changing color. And I said, I'll just leave the real Pac-Man colors. We'll just do something silly today. I think it'd be pretty cool. So there you go. Pretty nice. And I'm trying to do all kinds of variety of stuff. Sometimes I try to make the colors match the game we're playing for the day. Sometimes I just do something random. So yeah, pretty nice setup for today. Sorry that keyboard doesn't look so good because the light, it's metal, so it reflects off of it. Doesn't look as good that I thought it would, but there you go. So anyway, there's your answer, because some people ask me, well, what is this wild light show you're doing today? Well, it's Pac-Man being played out behind me, basically on the wall. Because that's what you're seeing. You see the yellow? Whenever you see yellow, that's Pac-Man going from one side to the other. And when you see that pink or purple, that's the ghost chasing Pac-Man back and forth across the screen. So, pretty neat. Okay, so where do we begin? All right, let's begin with this, because it's right here below me. It's a perfect time to point it out. Ladies and gentlemen, momentum continues. Things are building. The excitement is real, because we are only 4 goals away from doing an awesome Five Nights at Freddy's Torture-thon this week. And I have prepared specially for this event. Yesterday, during my day off, I went to the liquor store. Oh, yes. And at the liquor store, I got a few things to prepare for the Five Nights at Freddy's Marathon. The first of which was actually cool because they didn't have this previous. So if you remember back in January, when we did the Mega Man Rage-a-thon, I got a multi-pack of 99 bananas. It was really called like the 99 fruits variety pack. And it was these shots that were incredibly strong shots, right? And they were all these variety of flavors, all different fruits. You guys really liked that, because when you guys were, supporting me and we hit a goal, you would vote, oh, what shot should I take next, right? Or people would, if they hit that goal themselves, would tell me what flavor shot they wanted me to take. And some of them were good and some of them were really bad. I'm not going to lie. Some of them actually tasted pretty much like ass, all right? But people liked that. And then in addition to that, I got pretty buzzed during the Mega Man Marathon because that stuff is really, really strong, okay? They had a new one at the liquor store, 99 lemonades. And what it is another multi-pack of lemonade, 99 strong shots. And they were like different flavors, like mango, strawberry, peach, So I got that. So we have that. And I bought a little multi-pack of Fireball whiskey, which I haven't had in a long time. That's pretty potent cinnamon-flavored whiskey as well. And I have some tequila in the house as well. All right? So basically, I have a good variety of stuff for this upcoming marathon event. And much like we do for these marathons when we do them, if we hit a certain level of support, you tell me what to drink and I'll drink it. Of course, I got to keep myself paced and not drinking myself under the table if I'm doing a marathon. In this case, I have to play a series of Five Nights at Freddy's games, starting with 1 and going all the way through the series, all right, as far as we can get within reason, because I don't think we're going to really get through every game in the Five Nights at Freddy's series, nor do I think we're going to beat them all. I think we're just going to play them until I'm like, oh, I've had enough. Let's move on to the next, right? It'll be interesting because at one day, I'll be able to see the evolution of this series over the years. What was added, what was improved, what were the changes between games. I think that'll actually be pretty cool. So that's coming. So that is going to be this week. And when you say, well, I wonder when that's going to be, when we hit the goals. All right, we're only 4 goals away. If we hit 4 goals today, the marathon is tomorrow. Okay? But as of now, the one day that is out and is not possible to be the marathon is Tuesday, because Tuesday night, currently right now on the schedule, we have our next episode of Smart Guys Wrestling Commentary. All right? This week, that show is going to cover both SmackDown and Raw, because I finally got a VPN so I can watch SmackDown rather than fuck around with this bullshit where I can't get it in the US. So we will be watching both shows and reviewing them on Tuesday night on the DSP Reacts channel or on my Kick channel. That should be fun. I'm excited for that because I want to see what SmackDown's all about after having not watched it. So that's going to be Tuesday night, all right? But because that's Tuesday night, obviously I can't do the marathon on Tuesday. So it's pretty simple. Either we have an insanely over-the-top high support day today, and we hit 4 freaking goals in one day, in which case the marathon will be tomorrow, or probably we'll hit 4 goals over the course of the next 3 days, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday would be the marathon. Okay? I'm okay with either. If you guys really want the marathon right away, we could do it tomorrow, and I'm totally okay and set with that. So let's see. Now, if that doesn't work out and it ends up being Wednesday, that's also okay. I'll also be ordering some food during the day, and it'll be a feasting with the king as opposed to a DSP tries it, which is good because, we've done a few DSP tries that you want to break from it, right? So that's what we're going to be doing, and I hope that you guys will be excited for that and give me some ideas. But I think my wife and I are going to choose something. We're going to choose something to get that we've already liked, something from a restaurant that we know and that it's good food, so we can have a nice, relaxing feasting with the king to hopefully sober me up. Okay, so I can continue to torture myself with more Five Nights at Freddy's that day. Okay. So, all that being said, that's great. And then on top of all of that, I have another update. I already know after the marathon what the next reward will be at 60. Okay, at 60 goals hit, we are going to have a very special episode of DSP Tries It. Something that I have never done before, something that we have talked about on stream, and something that will be very interesting. I've already thought ahead 2 goals. All right? So I hope that you guys are excited. I'm not going to spoil it right now. I'm not. Maybe once we get to the marathon, and I'll start to give you hints about what it will be when we hit the 60 goals. Okay? So, good stuff coming up. Let's get it going. In fact, let's actually get started. Let's get some support, guys. Who's going to be the first super chatter? Who's going to be the first tipper? Who's going to be the first person to get the membership? And who's going to be the first person to gift the sub over on Kick? Let's find out right now. But as this is happening, I have an update. All right, regarding some of the the confusion. That's the word I wanted. That we've had over on Kick, because as you know, a couple weeks ago, I instituted having pop-up messages on streams for Kick subs and gifted subs. And they've been working well, okay? They have. It's nice to see not only the YouTube side contributions, but to see, hey, so-and-so gifted a sub on Kick and it went to this person, right? It's been nice to have those on stream. I think it's a great addition. However, there's been an issue, a lot of confusion, because sometimes what's happened is we'll all of a sudden get pop-ups on the screen that'll say, hey, so-and-so gifted a sub. And then we'll all be looking at the Kick chat together and we're like, there's no sub. Where is it? And you ask the person, hey, did you get it? And they look and they're like, no, we didn't get it. Like, huh? So there seems to be this weird disconnect that sometimes someone can gift a sub on Kick and it actually goes through the system. It even has the pop-up message happen. So it's going through a service that, registers the contribution, but then the sub never goes through. All right? And this came to a head on Friday night. Because on Friday night, I was doing Friday Night Fights, and we were right down to the end. And we had gotten around, I think we were around $100 of support. And I was like, well, guys, it is what it is. It's the end of the week. We didn't hit the goal. But, it was still a good night. I'll see you Sunday or whatever. And as I was saying that, all of a sudden on screen, this bomb of subs explodes. And it says, Dr. Lexus gifted a sub. Dr. Lexus gifted a sub. Dr. Lexus. And we're like, oh, this is amazing. But we're all sitting there, and we're looking at the chat, and we're like, where is it? Right? Like, where the fuck is it? We're not seeing it. Right? Where are the subs? And luckily, Dr. Lexus was still there. And we said, hey, Doc, can you see what's going on? Because this would help us to figure out, what is this problem? So he was under the impression that the subs had gone through because he wanted to hit the goal, basically, for the stream. And so he went and he checked. And then in the meantime, okay, someone else gifted a bunch of subs. And as they did that, and those subs were coming through, we noticed there was no pop-up for them at all. Like, no pop-up at all for the second slew of subs. Huh? Like, what is going on, right? Like, we're all so confused. So then Dr. Lexi says, all right, let me try this. And he does it. And then subs went through and did get pop-ups and did count. And we're like, what? Right? Like, what is going on? So apparently what's happening, and this only happens with Kick, because I have never seen this happen with YouTube. I've never seen this happen with PayPal before. Okay? Apparently on Kick, you can gift subs and then your card gets declined. And if your card gets declined, the subs don't go through, but then the whole rest of it does. As weird as that sounds. So, I don't know. Like, that would be like saying you go to the store and you try to buy something with your card and your card gets declined, but you still get a receipt that says that it went through, right? Like, that doesn't seem to make sense. But that's what happened on Friday night. So, basically what we got to do is be a little careful. Basically, if we see pop-ups coming out on the Kick side, but then we aren't seeing the actual sub pop-up in the chat, then it's not working. And that's why some people were confused, because their names were appearing on screen saying that they were getting gifted subs, but then they were like, but it's not there, because it must not have gone through. So I don't know why it would allow it to pass through all the way to, the pop-up messages, but then not go through on the Kick side and not show up in the chat. It's very weird. All right. But anyway, that's what happened. So now we know, we finally got our answer. It's been 2 weeks where this has been happening on and off, and we're all like so super confused about it. So let's keep an eye on it. It's not something that happens all the time, but it's happened at least 2-3 times where we've all been scratching our heads. It's like, did something go through? Did you get a sub? Does it count? Now we know our answer. Sadly, if it doesn't show up in the chat and it doesn't show up in my queue of income, it doesn't count. And so it basically got declined, and someone's going to have to, if they want to get, help actually, reprocess it or whatever, right? So, all right. So I'm glad that we got that figured out. Let's get to our first contribution of the day. I got a $5 tip from Super Snow Carl Turbo HD Remix. Hold on one second, because my notifications board crashed. I have to reload it, and then I can play a nice animation for the first contribution of the week. Guys, today is the first day of the week, so that means everything is reset. If you take a look at the leaderboard over on Kick, who will be the first person to gift the sub for the week and get up on that leaderboard? Let's find out. We have nothing. Let's get a sub. Like I said, let's start the week strong. Let's get a contribution of each kind. So we already got our first tip, which I'm about to read out. Let's get a gifted sub. Let's get a membership, and let's get a super chat. All right, let's get one of each to start the day. Okay, so Super Snow Carl Turbo HD Remix with a $5 tip to start today. Let's get them up on the leaderboard. That is an insanely long name. But luckily now, the length of names doesn't affect anything anymore because my leaderboard moves. So I can have the longest names possible, and it doesn't make any difference, right? Pretty cool. All right. He says, hey, I saw your complaint about daylight saving time. From what I'm being told, President Trump is considering removing it. I hope he does so. It really has become annoying losing an hour of sleep, and it just confuses people across the world. You're right. Again, there's no practical purpose for it. At one point, there was. All right. At one point, when we had a different kind of society, and we didn't have a global perspective, and we didn't have the internet, and we didn't have all this shit, right? It really was annoying. But now that's different. The world has changed, but we're still using these archaic laws and rules because people are too fucking lazy to update them. That's all it is. It's laziness. The lawmakers could easily, within one day, could figure this out and it's solved. But instead, they'd rather sit there and bicker about shit and never get anything done. So let's hope that everything goes well and they will figure it out. I want it over with, but right now we're just kind of stuck putting up with this crap. Okay. All right. So thank you for the first contribution of the day. Now, here's the deal as well. Okay. Today is purposefully set up to be a chill, laid back day because I need it. All right. I have a lot of stuff going on in my personal life right now that is incredibly stressful. Okay. And it sucks. It does. It's not good stuff going on. It's not stuff that I can share with you because it is personal. And as we all know, if I share personal stuff with the world, my detractors are so insane, absolutely over the top crazy that they fucking turn it into their three-wing circus of content creation. And they do everything they can possible to be utterly malicious with that information. So I can't tell you what's going on. All I can tell you is I'm really fucking stressed out right now. Okay. So what I need today is a day where I could just hang out with all of you, all right, and just chill and have some conversation and fun and not have high stress levels. And the best way to do that, quite honestly, is through a day of kind of laid back RPG gameplay where we're hanging out and we're focused on some narrative and turn based combat or exploring an open world and seeing what kind of content we can find. So I think that's why today will be a great day. However, historically, when I play RPGs, those days just don't go very well for attendance, engagement, and support. It's just a fact. It's not me exaggerating. It's not me saying, oh no, the sky is falling here. It's just a fact. Okay. For whatever reason, I love RPGs. I grew up playing them. They mean a lot to me. The one we're playing today, Suikoden or Suikoden, however you pronounce it, okay, is actually one of my favorite RPGs of the PS1 era. I hold it in just as high regard as, say, Final Fantasy 4 and 6, Chrono Trigger, Earthbound, among many others that I like from this time period. Okay? I really do. I think it's one of the best RPGs I've ever played in my life. And I'm very excited that we're going to be playing this today in the new remastered or remake collection. Okay? But we're probably not going to get a lot of people on the stream. To be honest, I don't think so. I think we'll probably have on the YouTube side between 100, 200 viewers, and maybe on the Kick side 50, if that. I just don't think we're going to have high attendance and engagement today because it's an RPG. For whatever weird reason, despite the fact that I truly enjoy them, and I'm reading all the text and everything, and we're getting into the story, people just tune out or leave. You know, it's the opposite when I play an action game. For some reason, when I play an action game, people get excited and they show up to the stream and they get all pumped up. So, listen, there will be many, many action games to come. In fact, this week there will be a lot of action between, Black Ops 6, Street Fighter, and the Five Nights at Freddy's Marathon, which is going to be a lot of cringe and torture for me, that's for sure. There's a lot of content you're going to like this week if that's what you're looking for, all right? But you're just not going to get it during the chill RPG streams. These are more for people who actually like me, who actually want to just chill and hang out and have a fun conversation, not only about the game, but other things, and just have a relaxing day. That's today. And I'm happy that it's today. I really, really, really need that today. Okay. So if you're here for it, if you're down for it, if you're ready for that kind of action and chill fun, please stick around after the podcast for Suikoden, which I very much want to play. We had a great premiere stream. All right, we did. We had an absolute great premiere stream last time of it, and it went really well. And I hope that we can continue on. The story's going to get better and better the more we play it. Okay. Ah, so that being said, I know that many of you will only be here for the podcast, and then you're probably going to take off. Well, thank you for that. Thank you for embracing me as a podcaster and creator as well as a gamer. Because we had a serious conversation last week about the future. And what that conversation is that I cannot be just a full-time gamer moving forward. I have to try to diversify. I have to make different kinds of content. I have to branch out and be able to talk about topics that are important. I have to be able to stretch out what I do as a person on the internet. It can't just be Phil sits around gaming 24/7, because the older I get, the less people will be interested. I mean, take a look today. On most of these playthroughs I'm doing, unless it's a hot brand new release that everyone wants to see me play, which these days are few and far between, because most of these new releases are just not good. Can we be honest? They're just not. The new releases are crap. What are the new releases for this week or for this month? Assassin's Creed Shadows, Atomfall, Ooh, we're all really just going crazy, right? We're so excited and hyped. No, and this is how it's been for a while now. There just aren't that many high profile good games anymore. It's not like it used to be. All right. There will be some of that later this year if a game like GTA 6 comes out. That's going to put butts in seats. That's going to get people excited to see DSP play GTA 6 for the first time. Historically, the GTA games have always done well for me, and everyone's going to be pumped for that, right? Me too. But we got a long way to wait if it even comes out this year, right? And so, with how things are looking, right, we have to accept the fact that it can't just be Phil playing games till he dies because people are just not going to care as much, okay? I'm incredibly grateful for those of you who come by and support the streams. I'm incredibly grateful for those of you who do watch on demand and for anyone who goes out of their way to support my content, whether it's live with a stream contribution, a super thanks, or a tip after the fact, pledge to my Patreon, buying some merch from the Dark Side Phil shop, whatever it is. It all adds up and allows me to be successful, and I appreciate that. But we do have to accept the fact that because not everyone likes every game that I play, because I'm getting older and my health is going to decline, all these factors, I can't just be a full-time gamer. All right? I can't. We have to do other stuff. All right? And I hope you understand that, right? But for today, it's chill day. So if you're here just for the podcast because you like my podcasting, thank you so much for that. It took a while, but I think people finally take me seriously as a podcaster. All right? So please support the podcast. Right now we have one tip and a super chat I'm about to shout out. But let's get some support rolling in before the show ends. So that way, when we start with Suikoden and people are leaving because they don't care about JRPGs, at least we've done well and we can hit the goal. Okay? That's exactly what happened last time when I played Suikoden. We did really well before the game started. When the game started, we hit the goal right away, and then we didn't have to worry about it for the rest of the stream. And I'm not kidding you. During the entire Suikoden stream, I think I raised $10, but it didn't matter because we had already hit our goal and we were able to relax and chill and really enjoy the game. And that's what I want to do today. I don't want to sit here and have to do the shilling and do all the baloney. I just want to get to the game and enjoy it because we had a great time last time like that, and I want to continue that. So let's do it, all right? Please support the stream today. Let's get it going right now. Shout out to Iron Chef Sucks Guys, who did a $2 super chat and says, here's some money because you're feeling down. Well, I don't want you to give me money because you're feeling down. I want you to support the stream because you like the content and you want to see it continue. All right? I do. Just like I don't want you to support me solely for the fact that because if you support me, you're sticking it to my detractors, all right? It is very much true that that's the case, but I'm no Neil Cuckman, and I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, don't support the content because you like it, or in the case of Cuckman, don't support the game because it's good. Just support it because you want to, stick it to some assholes. No, don't do that, all right? If you like me and you like the content and you want to see it continue, you want to see awesome marathons, you want to see my setup improve, you want to see me do new content, the Lego streams, like I said, buy a new Lego set that's going to be really awesome for the next one once we finish these succulents and all these things. That's why you should be contributing. Because you like me and my family, you want my family to be, prosperous and healthy. That kind of stuff, right? That's what you should be supporting for. Support for the right reasons. Or if you just want to fuck over all my detractors, I can't stop you. But I would hope that there'd be other reasons as well that you would support the content. Okay? Sounds good? Okay. Thank you, Iron Chef Sucks Guys. What a great name. Perhaps we can get another super chatter up there to get a better name on the leaderboard. All right. I received a $5 tip from Only Iced Infinite. Well, I'm here for the drama. Good for you. You're in the wrong spot because there's no drama this morning. We're about to talk about how Friday went and, preview the week, what I've got in store for you. And then we're basically going to relax and do some Q&A, and then we're going to get right into Suikoden. So if that's what you're down for, great. But there's not going to be any drama here today because there's really no drama at all anyway going on. And I'm ready for a much more relaxing week, which I need. Like I said, after last week and all the shit that was going on, and all the stuff that happened and went, I need a relaxing, no drama day today. I really, really do. If any drama happened, I would just fucking ignore it and be like, I don't even give a fuck. I can't. I'm just not gonna put up with this bullshit anymore. I have enough stress. Okay. Okay. All right. So thank you guys for the initial support. Let's get some more going again. Like I said, it's a new week. Let's get our first sub over on Kit. Even if it's just one, let's just get one sub over on Kit, shall we? Let's get our first one right now. Who's going to do it? And let's get our first membership on YouTube of the week. Let's get the first of each right now to get that momentum going. All right? Sound good? Cool. So let's talk about Friday. All right, because Friday was an interesting day. And I had a great time on Friday, for the record. The content was definitely interesting, right? Let's be honest. Some of it was stuff that people weren't even expecting. So let's talk. So on Friday, we had two major streams. The first was more Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. And the second was a very special Friday Night Fights featuring old school games with pro players who still actively play. All right? So let's talk about that. First of all, Pirate Yakuza was good. We continued to explore the open world of Honolulu. We kept recruiting people to our pirate crew. There was many side quests that we completed. We advanced the plot a little bit, which then unlocked kind of the second half of the Honolulu map, and we moved into that. It was a very fun, relaxing stream. But listen, I'm well aware that playthrough is not going to be bringing butts to seats. It's more Yakuza, and people, sadly, again, much like with these other RPGs, they just don't kind of buy into Yakuza anymore in my content. I don't know why. I think it's some of the best stuff I put out, but that's just life. So when I play Yakuza, I understand I'm doing it for a much smaller audience, and I understand I'm kind of doing it for me, and I'm having a good time with it. I am, but we're not going to be going crazy with attendance support and stuff like that, and we didn't. The stream did okay. I think we hit halfway to the goal, all right? Which is still a good stream, for the record. If ever I'm doing a stream and we only get halfway to the goal, that's still pretty good. But the idea is obviously to hit the goal as often as possible so that we can do special events, and it helps me to maintain everything that I've now had that's increased and allow me to improve my setup and do all kinds of new things. And that's the whole idea moving forward, right? So it was still a great stream, and I had a lot of good times with you guys, and looking forward to more. There will be more of that later in the week. I believe it's actually Tuesday's daytime stream. Will be more Pirate Yakuza. So there you have it. The special stream, I think, threw people for a loop because they certainly weren't expecting it, and it all came together kind of out of nowhere. So basically, I've been talking with a lot of the pro players from back in the day who I used to team up with, and we used to travel the country together, playing in tournaments competitively in Street Fighter. And basically, a lot of them anyway, not all of them, because I'm talking with a lot of them who don't play anymore either, but a lot of them have just continuously actively played. They never really stopped. Now, they don't necessarily go and enter major tournaments and things like that, but they still actively play all the classic fighting games all the time. They have insanely high rankings on these collections. They play on Fightcade all the time, right? And we have been talking, and we're like, hey, would it be cool to just do like a random stream where I play against some of these guys and just have fun? It's not about how well I do, because quite frankly, I just don't play the classics. As you guys know, the past few years, all I've really played has been the new games, whether that's Street Fighter 6 or Tekken 8 last year, whatever it is. Those are the games where there's comp, because these collections just haven't been very good, right? They haven't. And there's nothing you can really do about that. I've played them to the capacity that they can be played, but they're laggy and they just suck. So, after having talked with these guys, I said, why not just do a night where we just kind of randomly play these games together and see how it goes and all of that. And that's exactly what we did. All right. Now, to be honest, I don't feel like it was the best setting. And what I mean by that is I didn't really know how to set stuff up. So each collection is different with setting up lobbies and the like. And on top of that, I don't know anything about like input delay settings and stuff. everyone seems to disagree. Like when we were doing the input delay settings, playing these collections previous, I tried putting it to 0, but then when I did that, it would like skip and teleport and have a lot of issues with the netcode. So then I put it to 3, and then the game would run really smooth, but it had a lot of lag and dropped input. So it's like, what is the setting you're supposed to use, right? So I could just tell you this, playing, I had a lot of issue with dropped inputs and just things that wouldn't come out. Like, for example, I'm playing Super Turbo, all right? You know, the game I'm best at, the game that I've won entire tournaments in, and I'm doing a basic bread and butter combo with DJ. Cross up medium kick, 2 low jabs into standing medium punch into the Sobot kick. It is incredibly easy to do. I've done it probably 4,000 times, okay? It's guaranteed, cannot be interrupted. And I do crossover medium kick, low jab, and it gives me nothing else. And that's like critical to get the stuff to come out so you can win a round. And that's the kind of thing that was happening to me playing, is that half my inputs were literally dropping when I was trying to play. It's like, well, that's not fun. How can I actually be any kind of a real competitor against someone that I'm playing on the internet when half my inputs are just dropping in the middle of the fucking round? And it was like that all night. It didn't matter what game we were playing. I felt like I was playing at half capacity. So after the stream, I found out, I talked to Smoothcat after the stream, and he said, what settings did you have? And I said, well, I had it on default, and I think in the 30th anniversary collection, I think that's 3, like input of 3. And he said, oh, shit. He said, dude, you should have had it on 1. I play on 1. So basically, he had little to no input delay at all, and I was having artificial input delay. And he outright said, yeah, you're actually playing at a big disadvantage if you have the higher input delay. It'll look better on the stream, but it's going to play worse for you. So we should have figured that out ahead of time. And I didn't. So I was actually playing wrong with the setting that I was told, okay? Now, not to say that that's any excuse. It's not. I'm not saying that if I had it on the same input delay as Smoothcat that I would have beaten him more or anything. I don't know. But it kind of sucks when everyone there is screaming at me that you were at the, literally after the stream, everyone was like, dude, what input delay were you playing on? And I said, oh, I think I was on 3. And they're like, dude, what the fuck? Like, oh, shit. I blew it. I didn't know what I was doing. Okay. So anyway, when we play again, and I say when because I feel like we are going to play again at some point. I just don't know when yet. I'm going to try to put it on the right input delay settings. So that way at least I'm on the same level playing field as the other people I'm playing, because that's the problem. If I've artificially given myself more input delay, there's no way I'm going to be able to react. There's no way I'm even going to be able to finish a combo. And that's what was going on. Like, I'm trying to play and I just can't get shit to happen. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this? And now, going back to when I played it earlier in the week, the 30th anniversary collection, it's very possible that's why when I was playing a fucking button masher like Evil AJ, that I couldn't interrupt his throw traps. Because you can interrupt throw traps in Super Turbo, and I know how, and it wouldn't work. I couldn't interrupt anything. His literal button mashing was unstoppable. And I think it's because my input delay is so bad that the moves were coming out too late to stop anything. Okay? So obviously that's on me. But again, I'm new to all of this. I just started playing classic fighting games on PC. So we're going to have these kind of issues up front. It's very possible that by adjusting in the long term, things could be better. For example, I'm pretty sure that I had my monitor on 1080p. Fuck. I didn't have my monitor on. Dude, I fucked this whole thing up. I was on 4K. So it was 4K downscaled to 1080. No, actually, I take it back. The collections were probably running at 4K. I completely botched this thing. Look. I was on 4K. So I had massive lag. It's my fault. I'm a fucking idiot. God damn it. I have no one to blame but myself. But again, you see what I mean? Like when you're stressed out about shit, your mind just isn't in it. And you still it's amazing that I didn't fuck up things worse last week, with stuff that's going on. So not only was I on the wrong input delay, I was on the wrong resolution, which created more input lag. So when I play this again, I have to change the resolution to 1080p so that it's at proper 1080p 120 hertz and it's not upscaling it. Likely it's going to be like 10 times better when I play again. All right. So anyway, I got my ass handed to me on Friday by both Smoothcat in the classic Street Fighter stuff and by VDO in the Marvel stuff. Now, to be fair, these guys are great players. They are still pro players who enter tournaments to this day. They still actively play. If you didn't notice, VDO was Warlord in Marvel 2, meaning he's played the collection like endlessly and kicks everyone's ass at it, right? While I don't do that at all. All right, I just casually play and every once in a while do a stream or two. So I'm not up on anything. Like when I play Marvel 2, I don't really have a good character. Like, to be honest with you guys, I don't. My Magneto sucks. My Sentinel sucks. My Sentinel used to be able to do fly-unfly combos, guaranteed unblockables, and all that stuff. I can't do anything with that shit. I can't fucking do anything when I play now. I've lost all of that skill, that muscle memory. It's all gone, So even if I didn't have, dropped inputs, even if I didn't have input delay settings wrong and everything, I probably still would have lost the matches anyway. I'm just trying to tell you guys, it's not, oh, Phil would have really done much better. No, that's not the case. I probably still would have gotten bodied. All right. And the truth is, even though I lost a tremendous amount, I had fun and I started to get that feeling again. The best way to describe it is you get this competitive adrenaline running in your body where it feels like, man, I actually want to play and improve and get better again so that I can have competitive matches. I don't think I've had competitive matches in any capacity of, classic Street Fighter in so long that then you get that kind of a feeling that you want the competition again, right? So, I think that this is probably going to be something I'll talk with these guys about when they can do it and stuff like that. But I would like to do it from time to time, even if it's not every week. Maybe it's every few weeks we can get together on a night and we could do matches like that against each other. But what do they say? Steel tempers steel or something like that, right? So you need to play better players, even if they whoop your ass. You need to play better players in order to get better. I could just sit there playing Marvel 2 randomly, and I'm never going to get better. Look at the people who I play when I play Marvel 2 randomly. They're grandmasters, and they fucking suck ass. They're terrible players who just abuse the rushdown that can't be blocked online, and they think they're good. They're not. They're awful players, and that's why I can actually beat them. They suck. They don't even have the fundamentals down. As opposed to playing VDO. VDO is a tournament winner, a master of the game who can whoop my ass because he's fucking good. And I'd rather lose to VDO 10 straight than beat a scrub 10 straight. Do you see my point? All right. But at the same time, I would actually like to have the game work well and not be sitting there with the wrong settings and everything, because I had everything wrong. The resolution was wrong, so that was input delay. The input settings were wrong, so that was more input delay. So I fucked myself. All right. We'll see what happens. Now, when I play again, I'm going to try to do it all right. All right. So let's see. Maybe I'll talk to these guys. I'm not guaranteed you guys it's happening again this week. All right. Probably, I'd like to do it maybe Friday night again, but I don't know. It depends on life and everything. Let's see what happens. But maybe next time things will go a little better. I don't know. But I'll tell you, it's frustrating. Hey, let's play Super Turbo. This is the one I should be dominating in. My move doesn't come out. I can't block. My combo drops. What the fuck? Like, did I lose half my fingers? How is this game just not working for me? And then I look at it like, oh, because there's a million things that were all fucked up, right? In the stupid settings. Oh, King Crimson, there's way more people. Trust me. I've been talking with several people. Many people might get back into it if we can get like something going. We can play against each other, So we'll see what happens, all right? But yeah, I'm excited, and we'll see what happens moving forward. So that was Friday night. And just so everyone knows, and FYI, things are not good right now behind the scenes. I'm very stressed. All right. So my apologies if, I come off as pissy or irritated or really just annoyed and upset today or exhausted because I am. I am exhausted right now. All right. And the exhaustion is going to continue. This is not something that's going to easily just end or get better. Um, I just got to adjust to it, and I hope that this doesn't affect my content and my streams and stuff. All right, I hope it doesn't, but it is what it is. I can't change reality. I wish I had that power. I don't. So I'll do my best to just lose that thought in my head as we're doing stuff. All right. And again, I apologize in advance if I don't see myself where it sucks, but but you get older too, a lot more stuff happens. And, as you get older, you got to deal with it. So, when you're young, you feel invincible and you feel like nothing ever bothers you. And the more older you get, you're like, fuck, shit, right? Okay. Let's get to some shout outs. Then we'll look at the schedule and then we're just going to chill. All right. So, it looks like we have Dasmodius became our first new member of the day. Thank you to Dasmodius. Let's get you up on the leaderboard. And by the way, guys, as I literally said would happen, about 5 minutes ago, a few people started showing up in chat saying, "Oh, Phil's streaming already? What happened? Oh, wait, what? He's streaming earlier today? What, daylight saving? Told you. I knew it was going to happen. Now people are just starting to show up. And so, of course, that means with the game, everyone's going to be late, And nothing I can do about it. It's just that's why I fucking hate it. Golden Nobles, thank you for 11 months as a member. And so Dasmodius gifted a membership. Golden Nobles renewed their membership. And then Jim Chaco actually gifted a sub over on Kick. So thank you to Jim. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. Our first gifted sub of the day as well. So that means we now officially have a contribution of each type. And I appreciate that. We're at $22 of support and climbing. Thank you, thank you. I think there may be another tip as well. Hold on. I received a $2 tip. Hope you start feeling better and then something drama. So I'm just going to ignore it. Thanks for the $2 tip. Yeah, I'm not doing drama today. You're in the wrong place if you want to start drama. Really, just being very, very, as matter of fact and transparent with all of you as possible. Drama is the absolute last thing that I'm interested in and going to be engaging with today with all the other shit that I'm already stressed out about. If you actually think that me jumping into online drama is going to happen today, you are so fucking sadly mistaken. Today is a day where nonsense happens. There's just going to be people removed, and I'm not going to put up with it, Spawn Killer with a $2 super chat says, try to get contact with Nerd Josh. Spawn Killer, are we really going to go through this again? Months and months ago, I told Nerd Josh I wanted to play him, right? You had brought it up, and I said, yes, I'll play him. That sounds like a good idea. And then apparently people went and talked to him, and he said, yeah, I'll do it. And then he flakes. He's a flake, man. I don't know what else to say. I don't know if he's just high all the time or whatever. He's a flake. I would love to play him, but I don't know the viability of it. Okay. Narwhal Gaming says, doesn't making fun of RTU help make things better? I mean, sometimes it does. Like I said, if ever I need a boost, all right, all I need to do is open up RTU's stream archive page, watch at one of his streams, and laugh hilariously at how the mighty have fallen and how this guy is so far beneath me that we can all laugh at his misfortunes and what a joke he is, right? But the thing is, that's not the kind of guy I am. I don't want to just bully people on the internet constantly, as much as people want me to do that, right? I'm not that kind of a guy, right? So, maybe I will eventually. Maybe we will go back to that and have a laugh riot day, but I just, not in the mood. Okay. All right. So, schedule wise this week, let's briefly take a look at that, shall we? Here we go. Now, keep in mind, everyone, this is definitely subject to change because, boy, this does not want to work. Look at that. That doesn't look good at all, does it? Well, I'm not using this camera for gameplay anymore. Thank goodness, because look how bad this looks right now. It might actually look better without the effect. I'm just gonna do that. Man, that looked terrible, didn't it? All right. So schedule-wise for this week, here's what we're looking at. Today, it's a very, very chill day of RPG action, right? Excuse me. The Suikoden 1 HD remake playthrough continues today on the first stream. We are still in the intro segment, but it's good right now. Like, the story's getting exciting. You know, you went from being someone who's the son of a general in an empire to now being a rebel and finding out all the truth about, you know, the military stuff and the governmental stuff that's going on. It's a really good game. So I can't wait to play more, and I hope you'll stick around. We're going to get to some better stuff today with more party members. I think some double team attacks are going to start to unlock and stuff like that. And then tonight, it's Avowed. And again, I'm still on the fence on if we should keep playing Avowed or not. At this point, most people have completely dropped the game or already beat it. And here I am, and I think we're only like 10 hours in. Again, the truth is that I could absolutely enjoy the open world exploration of this game, and we have. I just don't know if when we actually get back to the story, if we're going to like it. And if we don't, then it's probably no point in continuing it, right? But let's see what happens. I think today should be a nice, fun stream on the late stream. Tomorrow, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 returns, more TMNT. We're trying to level up and unlock all of the TMNT Pass stuff. It ends on the 13th, so we have to try to put in some gameplay here in order to make it happen. And then a chill indies night where we're going to play a new indie game. We had actually marked off quite a few interesting indie games on our list of stuff that we're going to be trying to do. And so we'll pick one of those and boot it up and give it a go on Monday night. Tuesday, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii will continue on the first stream, and Smart Guys will be going down on Kick and DSP Reacts. A SmackDown and Raw recaps this week. We're actually first time I'm going to be watching SmackDown and recapping it. If that changes, I'll let you know. But that's what, you know, I haven't heard anything from PPP to the contrary that we're not going to be doing it Tuesday night. So hopefully it goes down. And then Wednesday, either more Suikoden, okay, and then more Black Ops 6, or perhaps by Wednesday we will have hit 4 more goals of support, and we'll be doing the 5 Nights at Freddy's Torture Marathon event. All right? Sound good? So that's the rough schedule. Well, like I said, this is all subject to change because perhaps we'll hit the goals earlier and we'll do the marathon earlier. Perhaps Smart Guys will actually have to be on Thursday this week. I'm not sure yet. All right? As we know, I'll let you know, but that's exactly the kind of the rough stuff you can expect. You might say, well, where's all the new releases? Well, the problem is the new releases that have come out are not stuff that I'm really interested in. Like that Split Fiction came out. It's a co-op game. I don't do that kind of co-op. So, that I'm not talking about and I'm not playing, right? There are new games coming out this month, but it's all second half into the end of the month. And so we will be checking those out when they come out, but we're not there yet. Okay? Okay. I received another $2 tip. And it's more drama. So I'm just going to ignore it. So, you know, I told you, no drama at all today. I'm not playing the game. None of you are going to get that from me. I'm not in the mood for it. I'm already stressed out. Nice try. No. Continuing out. All right. So that's what I've got for the show today. All right, guys. Let's do some Q&A. I'll open it up. Please tag me in the chat. And guys, before we get to Suikoden, let's get some support, please. Let's hit this goal so that when I play Suikoden, I don't have to sit here worrying about, oh, we didn't hit the goal, and now I got to sit here advertising and shilling. I just want to relax and enjoy Suikoden and have a good time with you guys and, you know, read the dialogue and enjoy the plot and get into the combat. So please, let's get some support going and let's get some Q&A going. All right? Please tag me in the chat and let's see what you guys want to talk about today. And if it's drama, You're not going to be here for long. Did I ever get the 108 for Suikoden or Suikoden or know what it unlocks? Yes, I've done it. It unlocks the secret ending. It unlocks the true secret ending of the game. And I did do it back in the day. The first playthrough I did not. I played the game honestly, and then I did a second run with a guide, and I got all the characters. How's Jasper doing? He's doing fine. Yeah, don't worry. This has nothing to do. All the stuff I'm mentioning has nothing to do with Jasper. Okay, there you go. You don't have to worry about that. In fact, he'll probably be on stream tomorrow. I think. Again, I'm so stressed out. I don't even like remember the schedule. Like I don't remember what days of the week my wife is working this week. So we'll see. But he should be here soon. What's my favorite type of omelet? I don't really have a favorite type of omelet. I don't really eat omelets that often. I like when I eat an omelet, I like something with acidity. So either tomato or maybe like the bite of a pepper, green or red pepper, something like that, because that contrasts like the protein of the egg. Um, I don't honestly, I don't think I like meat in my omelet that much. Cheese, probably a little bit, yes, but probably not meat. Probably like a cheddar would probably be my, so like a cheddar and veggies. That's probably my idea of a good omelet. I do like mushrooms as well. Am I getting divorced? No. No, I'm not. No. No, I never ate the Wendy's Krabby Patty. Never got to do it. Remember, originally I was gonna do it. The actual Krabby Patty meal was on the delivery apps. I told you guys I would do it for DSP Tries It. We hit the goal, and then it wasn't available. So I never got it. And then it was like over a month later, they added it back. But by that point, no one cared anymore. So I just never bothered doing it, and now they don't have it anymore. No, I do not shave my chest. What foods am I interested in doing for the Five Nights at Freddy's marathon? I don't know yet. And again, with the amount of stress going on, it's like my wife and I normally would have been talking about it and figured it out already, but we're not. So we will. We'll try to figure it out. I guess it would also be better to know kind of when we're doing the marathon. And right now, it's up in the air. We got to hit 4 more goals. When are we going to hit them? I don't know. The Krabby Patty was disappointing. I'm not surprised to hear it. No, I didn't hear that. Stormforce Gamer says RoboCop is going to get a new game called RoboCop Rogue City Unfinished Business. Supposedly it's coming out in the summer. I didn't know that. That's awesome. I liked Rogue City a lot. Am I playing Suikoden 2 after 1? I heard it's okay to play the second game first, which is what I'm going to do. Well, here's the thing. You can play it first, but there are direct plot lines from 1 that continue into 2. There's even character appearances and stuff, so you might not understand it. Let me put it this way. It's kind of similar to if you played the future Dragon Age games first, you could do that, but you're not going to understand the backstory and some of the character appearances, right? Like if the first Dragon Age game you ever played was Veilguard, you wouldn't know who Isabella is. But if you played the previous games, you know Isabella, right? You might not know what the deep roads are. You might not know, you know what I mean? But you can learn by playing the game, but to have the lore already makes it feel a little bit more special, like you're more informed on what's going on. And I would say that's kind of the best thing. Like, yeah, the plot of 2 is independent from the plot of 1, but also certain characters show up and there is direct crossover. So if you've played 1 first, you might actually get more out of it. Okay? Oh, to answer the question, I'm not playing 2 right away. No, there's no way I'm going to be playing 1 and then 2 back to back. Are you kidding me? Do you really think this audience that I have is going to put up with me playing 2 Suikoden games back to back? They never will. So I'm playing the 1. I'm not playing 2 in a row. We will probably play 2 at a future date. Okay? Jared says, when did I primarily switch focus between fighters to RPGs? Oh, no. I grew up playing them side by side. You know, like I said, Final Fantasy 4 or 2 was my first major RPG. Do you know what year that came out? 1991. Do you know what year Street Fighter 2 came out? 1991. I was playing both styles and genres of games side by side simultaneously. So that's why I have such a versatile history in games. No, I've not seen Heretic on HBO Max. I don't know what that is. Well, I play Veilguard since it's free. I own Veilguard, and I'm not playing it. So, there you go. Dumby Koala, I already gave my opinion on daylight saving time at the opening of this show. You could rewind and see that. Okay. Mr. Puffy Nipples did a $1.65 tip. He says, I wish they'd go back to classic Assassin's Creed. I don't care for the RPG style. Me either. I mean, I get it. Again, they did that because they wanted it to be like Witcher 3 at an era, again, when all of these game developers were just chasing trends rather than trying to innovate and make a good game. They just copied everybody else, and that's exactly what they did with Assassin's Creed is, you know, Ubisoft completely lost their way and decided we're just going to copy. Let's make it an open world RPG with leveling elements instead of a stealth game. And, not to say that that was bad, but it's not Assassin's Creed. And now it seems like they're just determined to do this hybrid style stuff. So we'll see how Shadows goes. Oh, excuse me. Reaper says, I'm new here. I don't know what Suikoden is. I'm excited to see you play it. Suikoden is a old school RPG from the early PS1 era. It is turn-based. You have a party of 6 different characters. It's one of the biggest RPG parties you've ever had in a turn-based JRPG style game. It has great artwork that kind of looks like manga or anime. And the plot line is incredibly well written. It's about politics. It's about war, military actions, but it's also about friends. It has a lot of interesting themes. That it's probably one of the most well-written stories that I've ever seen in a JRPG. Like, really, that is the focus, is the story. But the combat and everything is good, too. The music, oh my goodness, the music is so good. People heard it the last time. They're like, wow, this music's great. Yeah, it's super good. The music of Suikoden is super good. So I'm excited. No, I never played Octopath Traveler, Jalen. I never got around to it. Here's the story of Octopath and why I never played it. It totally is right up my alley of a game that I would want to play. But the year before Octopath Traveler came out, another big JRPG came out by the name of Persona 5. Arguably the biggest one up to that point, right? Like, Persona 5 was like the big one. And so I started a playthrough of Persona 5, and I was really enjoying it. And I was following all of the criteria and all of the rules to play Persona 5 so that I didn't get in trouble. At that point, they actually had rules. You can only stream it to this point. Don't spoil certain plot elements, etc., etc. I was following all of that. And I still got copyright strikes from Atlas. But it was Atlas Japan, not Atlas USA. So I had to work with Atlas to figure this out and clear it up. But the only way to be safe for me to play Persona 5 and finish the playthrough, which I was already halfway through, was to wait. And I waited an entire freaking year. And let me tell you, it was not easy to wait an entire year to play that game while other people were able to play it, and I wasn't because of this bullshit that had happened with Atlas and the false copyright strikes. So after a year, all right, of me waiting, I finally went back and I played Persona 5, but I was playing it during the same summertime that Octopath Traveler came out. So people were like, are you going to play Octopath? I was like, how can I play Octopath? I'm playing Persona 5. And it took me like 100 more hours to beat Persona 5. It was insane. So finally, when I beat Persona 5, people were burnt out. And they're like, all right, take a break from RPGs. And then by the time that it was time to get back to RPGs, there were new ones. So basically, Octopath just kind of got missed. And it was just bad timing. Honestly, if that didn't happen, if Atlas hadn't hit me with false copyright strikes and my playthrough of Persona 5 hadn't been delayed an entire freaking year, then probably I would have played Octopath as a new release and maybe I would have been playing and enjoying that series. But I guess that's life, right? I probably would really like Octopath. From everything I've seen, it looks like a great game. Okay. I received a $10 tip from Tarantula MS, who says, "Hey, ya, Phil, what's going on, Tarantula? How you doing? I hope that you're doing well. It's always good to see you when you can swing by and hang out with us. So thanks so much for your support this morning. Let's get up on the leaderboard. That's our biggest tip of the day so far. Thank you, Tarantula, for that. So now we are at $37 of support and climbing, everybody. Thank you for that. Again, please, let's make a solid effort to hit the goal before we end the podcast. Reason being, I know once this podcast ends, a significant amount of you are going to leave because you're not going to stick around for a JRPG. So if we can hit the goal as early as possible, that would be great. Then I could just focus on the game and chill, which is what I need to do today. I've already said no drama, so all of you guys bringing up drama, I'm going to ignore you. And if you keep bringing it up, I'm going to remove you. I already said I have absolutely no tolerance for drama today. Zero. So you're bringing it up is just a waste of everyone's time. Lolo Seafree just gifted 4 subs over on Kick. Thank you, Lolo Seafree, for that. Very generous. So enjoy. For those who are getting those, enjoy. And let's get Lolo up on the leaderboard. That's good for $20 of support this morning. Thank you, Lolo. That gets us up to $57 and climbing. Thank you, thank you. So now we're more than a third of the way to our goal this morning. Thank you. Itchy says, what quality about yourself do you have the most pride in? At this point in my life, I would probably say the fact that I basically haven't sold out and I'm still true to myself. And, despite the fact that I get a zillion pressures from every direction, that I'm still me. Because so many people over the years have completely changed and become someone different because they saw that's how I can make the bag. That's how I can continue to make success for myself. But success at what cost? If the only success you're getting is financial, all right, and you're not who you wanted to be or used to be, and you had to completely change everything about you and your content to be successful, are you really successful? Right? Like you can take a look at a company like GE. You know what GE stands for? General Electric. And at one point, General Electric was a humongous, profitable, very, very high-end electronics company. They made appliances and other things. Everyone knew GE, and everyone had GE Electric stuff in their homes. And then after a while, basically, they fell out of prominence, okay? And they weren't really doing that well in the realm of electric stuff anymore. So the head of the company decided, to survive, we're going to change our entire company into a finance company. And he did. So they stopped making electronics entirely. They laid off their entire workforce of people who were doing that. They all lost their jobs. And he restructured the company. And then they started doing financial stuff. Okay. Now, to be honest, I don't know the end of the story. I don't know if they ended up being long-term successful in that either. Because have you heard of GE recently? So I don't even know if they're still in existence, right? But the point I'm making here is if the reason that you do something, okay, is because you just want to make a paycheck, then probably it's easy for you to do a shift or a change or whatever it may be. All right. But if you're someone who does something because you have passion for it, because you truly like something and you want to share your passion for it with this world, then it probably doesn't matter to you if you're making $5 or $5 million doing it, as long as you still get to do it. And I think that's been both my blessing and my curse, is that in the 17 years I've been a content creator, I've never wanted to change who I am at my core, because I have that passion for gaming and for that level of interaction with you guys, that we could talk about these things that we really enjoy. And sadly, that's cost me a lot. That's cost me a hell of a lot, right? So many people have tried to get me to change and either become, in one direction, a shill, meaning you got to play the game that the industry plays. You got to get all the promotions, get the games early, get on that early access list, that streamers list, get to exclusive launch events, plug games, take sponsorships, kiss butt constantly. That's the one way that I could have had massive success, okay, in that direction. Or on the flip side of that, right, with all of this lolcow drama nonsense that these people have around me, I am very much the center of a vortex that I never created, but yet still exists around me, okay? So, in that regard, so many people on a daily basis want to pull me into that and think that I would massively benefit from it financially, popularity wise. So many people want me to change who I am, my personality, everything, right? And they're probably right. Either way is probably correct. If I went to the shill side, playing the game and all of that, I probably could be more successful. If I went to the drama side and I did that, I probably could be more successful. But the way I see it, and again, most people disagree with me, I guess, is that I want to be true to myself, right? I do. I want to be a certain kind of creator that leaves a certain kind of legacy. At the end of the day, when all is said and done, for as many people out there who will completely misunderstand me and never know the person who I really was, all right? Those who actually did watch the content, judge it at face value, and were here along for the ride, I think could probably say at the end of the day, well, at least he didn't do any harm, right? He didn't sell anyone a bunch of bunk products, a bunch of crap. He didn't scam anyone to spend money so he could get ahead. And he also didn't hurt anyone's, reputations. He didn't personally attack people. He wasn't causing problems for people on the internet. He just stayed in his lane. And he stayed in his lane and he did content that he liked and he was successful. So what exactly was wrong with that, right? And I think that's probably my best quality, is that I don't really let myself get pulled or influenced no matter what. I do what I feel is right, even when everyone else tells me it's not. I still stick to my morals and values, and maybe that's a bad thing, or maybe it's a good thing. I don't know. But that's really, I think, my strongest trait. While everyone else around me has gone the one route or the other, I still feel like it's day one and I'm turning on my camera and I'm just recording some bullshit on a video on YouTube. And, it's still the same level of kind of fun that I was doing it for back then. And even though the world has changed around me and YouTube has changed and everything's changed, I'm still here. I'm still doing my thing. I'm persevering through all of it. All these idiots who've tried to take me down, all these morons who leech off of me, parasites on a daily basis, but I'm still here. There's an entire ecosystem built around me that I have nothing to do with, but yet there it is, right? Let me just take a look. A day I don't stream is a day everyone freaks out because there's no content, right? Sarah says, do you think in 25 years' time, if you can't retire, will you regret not shilling and selling out? I mean, there's always that kind of possibility, right? There always is, but I don't know. You never know what the future holds. I could end up losing everything. I could end up being incredibly successful. I could end up somewhere in the middle or any level in between. I don't know. You told me 17 years ago that simply turning on a camera, pointing it at a TV, and talking shit over a video game when I played it was going to amount to any of this crazy shit in the last 17 years. I would have been like, you're fucking nuts. Wow, you're a great writer. You should go write a book about that and turn it into a series because you'd probably be a millionaire because that's crazy. Well, now this is my real life, right? I think, like they say, that the reality is stranger than fiction, for sure. In my case, holy shit, right? Big Tuna, 32 months as a member. When are you going to go on Joe Rogan? Oh, tomorrow. He finally got around to asking me. So there you go. There you go. I received an $8 tip from Lolo Seafree. Why not review up and coming games off of the Indie Bundle or Steam? You give honest feedback to new creators and show your skills on a new game. Review upcoming games off the Indie Bundle on Steam. There's an Indie Bundle on Steam? Yeah, I don't know anything about this. Are you saying there's a specific indie bundle you can purchase on Steam that the people are looking for feedback on? I'm not aware of that, but that sounds interesting. Especially if they're like short games that you can play through in a short period of time, and you know, then that probably is right up my alley. Thank you so much for the tip, by the way. Like, it's just a $65 of support. Well, an indie bundle on Steam. I wonder if it's like listed. Visual Novel Fest. Oy. If it's visual novels, I can't do those. They take too long. I'm not really seeing what you're referencing, at least on the front page of Steam. If you have information about that and would like to send it to me, you could always email me or DM me on X, or we can talk further about it. I'm not sure what you mean, because we are doing indies tomorrow night, possibly. We're doing indies on the late stream. So yeah, it would help to know if there's like a certain indie pack or something going on. I don't see it. Yeah. Hmm. Special offers? Oh, it's just individual games. Uh, Sale events? Yeah. Well, please, if you clarify, I'd be down for it, or at least to learn more about it. So please let me know. Okay. I don't see it there. All right. Oh, cool. Hold on one second. Okay, shout out to Worcester. Worcester has gifted 5 memberships to the community on YouTube. Thank you to Worcester for a 5-member bomb. That is awesome. Let's get you on the leaderboard. Oops. Great if I could type. And that is the equivalent of $15 of support, which means now we are more than halfway to our support goal for this very stream. Thank you so much. Like I said, this is helping a ton, because I know what's going to happen is when we start playing Suikoden, people are going to leave. So this is awesome to hit the goal early. Thank you for the support, and everyone who got those, I hope you enjoy them. I received a $5 tip. It was a misspell. I meant to say Humble Bundle or anything new on Steam. Oh, I've heard of those Humble Bundles from time to time. I think I did do one of those bundles in the fall. Didn't I get all the Resident Evil games? I'm pretty sure I did. So that in the future, if ever there's like a downtime or if there's a new Resident Evil coming out, maybe we can go back and play some of the older ones. So I'm pretty sure I have like all the Resident Evils on Steam right now as a result of one of those bundles. But if you guys know of any of those bundles that pop up and you think that I'd be interested in some of them or whatever, again, I'm looking to get indie games into my rotation. So I'm down for that. Please share and let me know so that we can take advantage of that. I think that's awesome that that we could have those bundles in effect. And by the way, once again, I have a camera malfunction. Hold on a second here. So now this camera's malfunctioning. Unbelievable. My camera's still malfunctioning. Again, it has nothing to do with me. It's gotta be my PC at this point. I can't imagine that it's anything else that would be causing these cameras to have these constant malfunctions. But this cam now malfunctioned. This is my face cam, so it's like I kind of need this cam to work, or else I have no face cam for gameplay. So hopefully it'll consistently work. I don't know why it turned off. Stupid thing. Keep an eye on it. Sometimes it needs to be unplugged and replugged, or it refuses to work. Anyway, okay. I got distracted. Was there anything else? We got the shout out to Worcester, right? Ants in the Kitchen said there's a Capcom Classics bundle and a Fighter bundle on the Humble Bundle right now. Where's Humble Bundle? Humble Bundle, your purchase supports charity. Arcade Classics and Fighters Pack. Street Fighter. Oh, it's just stuff I already have. It's Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, which I just bought. Yeah, this is interesting. It's got a lot of classic stuff, too. It's got Mega Man the Power Battles, which is nice. How do these work, though? Like, how do you get them? Do they just send you codes, or, like, are they Steam codes? This is a ton of games. What sucks is I just bought the collection that had the 30th Anniversary and Capcom Fighting Collection. I bought those. And that was $60. This bundle, they're saying they could give you for 20. And it seems to have all the games, plus a lot more. It's got a lot of shoot 'em ups. It also claims to have, like, the old alpha games, but I think that might be because it's just in a collection. It says redeem on Steam. Oh, wait a minute. This is for Capcom Stadium. I'm starting to understand. So, FYI, for those who don't know, there was this thing called Capcom Stadium. What it is, it's this kind of a suite of games, Capcom games, the arcade versions that can be played on, like, PC, but they don't have online play. That's the catch, okay? So I think what they did with this Humble Bundle is they've offered, yeah, here it is, Capcom Arcade Stadium, Capcom Arcade Stadium 2. Yup. So what this bundle has is it has Street Fighter 5, half off Street Fighter 6, which obviously I don't need, Street Fighter 4 Ultra, and then it has Capcom Arcade Stadium 1 and 2, and the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. So basically, it would give me another copy of the collection I don't need because I just bought it. It would give me half off Street Fighter 6, which I don't need. It would give me Street Fighter 5, which I'm never going to play. It would give me Street Fighter 4, which I'm never going to play. And it would give me a ton of offline versions of all the Street Fighter games. So it's honestly, it's not a very good collection for me, because for these games, I'd obviously be looking to play them online. Yeah, it's all the arcade emulated versions of a bunch of shoot 'em up, 1941, 42, 43, 43, Midway Kaizen, 19XX, which was I think the last one. No, they did 1944 as well. There's another one. There's Bionic Commando. There's original Final Fight. It's the arcade versions of Darkstalkers, but again, they're only playable in the arcade stadium, meaning that you can't play them online. Yeah. So it's a good bundle, but sadly not for me. Trying to see what other bundles are there. Oh, this is it. There's only two. There's only the Capcom bundle and an Indie Allies bundle, which is not anything I'd be interested in. So, all right, you know what? I should check this from time to time. These bundles, I should. Cool. Thanks for the heads up. I didn't even know that that's like its own website that you could check. Okay. Dasmodius just did a $2 super chat. Thoughts on the upcoming Skyrim expansion? When you say that, you don't mean official, right? You mean like a fan thing? I'm not aware of a Skyrim expansion. I'm aware that they're making Oblivion in the Skyrim engine, Skyblivion, but I didn't hear anything else about any kind of a Skyrim expansion. Okay. I received a $5 tip. Again, from Lolo Seafree, you can even select who gets more money, the developers or the place, etc. That's cool. I'm gonna check this out from time to time now. I am. I'm gonna check it out from time to time and see what's on there that interests me. It's also a good way to give back because that's charity, right? It basically is like you're paying for what you want for the games, but you're also giving a lot of money to charity. So it's also goes to a good cause. I will have to keep an eye on those. Thank you, Lolo Seafree. Thanks for all the support this morning. Okay. What games do I think they'll show at the Switch 2 event? I have no idea. Here's what I want from the Switch 2 launch event next month. I want the new Mario, whatever it is, if it's Odyssey 2 or something else. I want, obviously, Mario Kart. We need one. It's been way too long. We need a new one. I would like to see some of the other games, like they're making a new Metroid Prime. Show it. Enough of this baloney that we just wait forever. Show us the new Metroid Prime game, okay? I'd like to see that. And then on top of that, I just want more of the Nintendo franchises, the big ones, to finally get new installments of games. I feel like we've been treading water a lot. Even with Zelda, like Breath of the Wild was new, and then they made a sequel to it that didn't feel so new. So I feel like we've been treading water with this whole Switch era, and we really need to have better and newer games be released. So hopefully we will see franchises continue or return, and it will be a great launch lineup of games for the Switch too. I hope. It's called Lord Stone, and it will be over 60 hours. Is it official or a fan mod? I'd be down for it, but I don't know how to do a fan mod with Skyrim. I guess I'd have to look into it. Did I see a clip of Wings' chair collapsing underneath him? No. I really don't like laughing at the misfortune of others. A lot of people do. I really don't enjoy it. I don't. Maybe it's because I've been through so much misfortune myself that I don't appreciate being laughed at myself, so then I don't get enjoyment of laughing at other people, right? That's probably what it is. I didn't know that happened. It's sad that it happened. Sorry. I hope he's all right. I could start collecting Pokemon cards. I don't think I'm too interested in Pokemon cards, to be honest. Probably not anything too interesting to me. Oh, yeah, I want to play Fallout London eventually. Ants in the Kitchen. I have it. It's on my PC installed. We played it for like 2 hours, not even. And it looked really good. But then we never played it because remember, I just finished my Fallout 4 run. They released that crazy update edition for the launch of the show. And I played through Fallout 4. And then I definitely didn't want to play another Fallout game back to back. But I would love to play that sometime. Fallout London. Okay. All right, guys, anything else? Because I do have to end the show. Thank you for the great amount of starter support here. Now we only have about a third of our goal to hit to get to our goal. And I really hope we'll hit it during Suikoden. And the reason I say that, because last time when we played Suikoden, no lie, we hit the goal before we started playing. And then during the stream, we made like $10 after. But at least we had hit it. So I'm hoping we can hit the goal during Suikoden today. That would be amazing. Everything about playing Magic the Gathering Arena, it's on Steam and free. I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about Magic, all right? Just to be fair, I know absolutely nothing about it whatsoever. I've never played it. I've never experienced it. I don't know much or anything about the franchise. Nothing. That's something that I completely missed. No, 4 more goals to hit our 50 goal and do our marathon this week. We're at 46. So we have 4 more to go, and we are 2/3 of the way here to hitting this next one. So, is it really? Magic the Gathering is pretty overwhelming to get into, I'm being told, huh? I probably like Magic the Gathering Arena. There's a huge Magic community out there with very little live streamers. Yeah, but is there a reason? Is there a reason why it's small? Is it just no one cares about it? Okay. All right, everybody. I think it's time to end the show. I want to say thank you. What a great start to the day. Nice chill stream, which I appreciated. We cut and end, no drama today. None of that bullshit. It was just straight up good stuff. And I appreciate you all. Thank you for hanging out with me. I would hope that many of you will stick around for Suikoden, but I know that many of you will not. And that's okay. But I hope that for those who are interested in a chill vibe, a great afternoon of JRPG goodness, please stick around and it should be a good time. All right, now, tomorrow, folks, will be a very different kind of day, focused on Call of Duty and indie games. So, wow, it'll be a very different show on Monday. But thank you all for joining me here for the start of another awesome week. Have a good one. Hope to see you tomorrow. Peace out.